performers who performed so far in the open mic. Give them a big hand. Take a pause in the list to bring up our first feature. You ready for our first feature? Well, she is a feminist force of unique talent and poise. Hailing from Montego Bay, Jamaica, which she regards playfully as her heartbeat, she is many things. A singer, songwriter, actress, author, yet her definition remains rooted in her spoken word persona. She first appeared at open mics in South Florida under the mentorship of Will, the Real One.
Hey, yo!
Yeah. A celebrated community activist and reading is fundamental. And deaf jam poet.
R.I.P.
Now she can be found performing in cities around the globe with her passion and thoughtfulness in her writing. And she is a brand new mother. Yeah. I got a baby right here in my hands. A brand new collection of poems on the key of a bitten tongue. She's about to come up here and do her thing. So what I need you to do is to start picking up the energy. As we welcome to the mic, Miss Quote. And with her musical accompaniment, I forgot his name. Yow. Give them some love as they make their way. Alright.
I'm so grateful to be here. Y'all having a good time so far? Yeah. Let's give it up one more time for the open micers. Just setting up here real quick. Okay, so I am Jamaican born and raised, and there's a folk song that we have. Is there any Jamaicans here? Let's see. No? All right. One. Are you half or what? Parents? Okay, that still counts. So, all right. So this poem is about weave. Anybody familiar with that? Yeah. All right.
We never heard that.
You never hear about weave before? All right, let's go. Weaving time. Sorry about that. Okay. All right. Weaving time. Work is over now, it's weaving time. We start with sewing, we move to gluing. Now we have no head side. Come on, ladies, put your hands in the air. The Chinese man has been happy for years. We go order 1B, yaki 2B, wet and wavy. This is getting out of hand, my dear. The only real hair you have today, unfortunately, is your pubic hair. Like clockwork, she puts on her identity track for track, hoping that her insecurities will retract. She spends hours sewing and gluing to get in where she fit in. She's worth more than she's making. Y'all think she's happy, but she's faking. Superstar for the taking, only able to make it because her mom and dad continued supporting. Money is her cow, so she continues milking. This slut loves to fuck with the pen and paper without protection. So naturally he caught that unmentioned, and no matter how much stamina you say you got, brother, she'll have you come in on your first shot. So don't look crazy now. You the one who said you wanted her to be your baby. Now you call her STD. She has you writing poetry. She's a Jack and Jill of all trades. Her unrecognized talents will leave you amazed. This night stalker, sexy brawler, pacifying talker out for house and land, and skeptical of an outreach hand from a young man that claimed he understands. See, up for the challenge, he said he want to be her man, but she sees straight through the nonsense he wouldn't ever begin to comprehend. See, he thought she was getting a pretty little girl her friend who work hard for your money, so she must lend. Lend what? When you can't stimulate the ink in her pen, so for herself she must spend. Bluntly aware she ain't got no money, but she must spend. So she licks her lips doing poetry tricks, quoting, I'm determined to make it as I go on my next fix. She's always a phone call away. Good afternoon, thank you for calling corporate America today. Heifer works 23 hours out of a 24-hour day. Her words are too expensive, she has to put them on layaway. But don't panic, best believe this poet is here to stay. She understands she's a beach without the sand. Too sensitive to make her mark in a simple poetry slam, so she must sacrifice harder in order to erode the land with her one open mic, toad in hand. Soon the powers that be will be under her first command. Her rhymes are so precious, check it. Her rhymes are so precious, check it. Her rhymes are so precious, people still trying to figure out how you can preserve them in a can. This is her dream, but she's living it awakened, and do not jump on her bandwagon if you're not a powerful or positive one. But for now, this woman who was raised by a man who took something as simplistic as a steel pan and molded it into his bare hands and introduced it to new fans and took it from Caribbean folk tunes and introduced it to new folks, had worldwide audiences applauding in languages they thought they never spoke, so it's a given his offspring ain't no joke. She may be a verbal whore, but don't try to extort her, cause she leave you at your own front door, designed for more, so pay this verbal hold that you've been working hard for. Like clockwork, she puts on her identity track for track, hoping that her insecurities will retract. She spends hours living and dying to get in where she fit in. She's worth more than she's making. Y'all think she's happy. She's faking. A talented young poet for the taking, only able to make it because her mom and dad continued supporting. See, this is her thing, a prodigy in the making. Tainted eyes, they never stay shut, they always stay blinking. So she urges you to take your dreams out of the pipes, because you're prophets of your own life. Take your heart from your sleeve and reverently fall to your knees and pray for not you once but your needs, and fertilize a new seed. A seed of hope, love, truth, prosperity, and honesty. In these times we need unity. Success to one is more impactful in a nation. This ain't me speaking of an evolution. No need for me to state the obvious when it has already been highlighted by wiser ones. But the sadness and demise of our people must done. Societal dictates has blinded us. Brothers and sisters, please regain your sights. You really thought this poem was going to be about weave tonight? It's funny how to stay grounded, you must take this flight. Not only for the saints who died that you might, not only for the saints who died that we might, not only for the saints who died that I might step outside the lines of obvious sight and make what's wrong in our life right. Like clockwork, we all put on our shades of identity, skin for skin, knowing that this race with conviction we have started, we must win. Living beyond your sins, embracing the beginning to the end, no longer sad and faking, but happy and true spiritual lovemaking, because it's a beautiful life. It's a beautiful life for the taking, and don't get scared, it's not me. Put your conscience that has you shaking. So please let these words be responsible for your mental awakening, like clockwork. Wow. To stop treating people like diamonds when they're really rocks. This is what you get like when you go through the hard knocks. Every woman to herself because she's all she's got. She stopped calling them her friends because this day they love her, the next day they love her not. When God makes you fishers of men, beware of the multitude that is still starving. Her son's solitude is the quiet before the storm. And then they rush to her. And for every good there's a tainted one that comes along, waiting there just to steal your joy even before it's begun. But with mistakes, once bitten, twice you become the chosen one. She leaves nothing left unsaid. The one whose words are heavier than any type of lead, but sticky to the touch. Because her actions will leave the hungry fed, provide the sleepy with beds, and it's never ever too much. But people will take all you have to give and still want more. Then with an epiphany of open doors, it comes to her like seashells to a seashore. But you cannot save those who are destined to perish. Her adversity unfolds, realizing the difference between telling and being told, selling and being sold, begging and being bold, investing in a property already sold. It all defeats the purpose, worthless like an blue song without a chorus. It now makes sense to her why our protective skins are so porous. Not everyone with a smile are going to be for us. Come on now. Jesus was betrayed by Judas, and in life you always want what you can't really have, right? Like a cure for AIDS, or like an uneducated black man who needs a raise, or like a morbidly obese woman who wants an athletic, wealthy, good-looking, God-fearing, sincere, fun-loving gentleman. Or like you pray every day for them to send the troops home. Or like you broke but you need a payday loan, but you own it from the last time they disconnected your phone. When exactly did you see these things likely to happen? What was she waiting for? Her spoken word poetry to start mainstreaming and starving artists to start grubbing, making money, getting record deals, plus recognition for not ghostwriting?
Well,
maybe her push is in her faith in God, that the desires of her heart will materialize just because. That's why I decided to stop treating people like diamonds when they're really rocks. I don't hail up King Selassie eyes when they're really not locks. I will look sexy, but you will never see what's under my frock. I've done all that I could, that's why success always knocks. People is God I serve, and I come to realize every man, woman, and child will get what they deserve. This is my redemption story. And who God bless, no man no curse. These are the words spoken from a woman who always knew her worth. Like what you heard? Did you not just come down here to hear our spoken word? Then come check me respectfully and I'll tell you my salary promptly. Pay me for my diamonds, or you can get those rocks over there for free. So as was introduced, my name is Miss Code, and I'm so thankful to be here. I really just came here to record, and I was so fortunate enough that I connected with Inspired Word and Mike, and just the unity and how giving, and I can't even put words to it, to really be a part of a family like this, coming here, not knowing anyone, and wanting to express myself. And I just want to, really say and ask you guys to give it up again for Inspired Word. I was an executive in corporate America for a number of years. I was one of the youngest executives in the company. And I decided to walk away from that to pursue passions. And when I hear a lot of you, even before you're set, you come and you say you walked away from, some stability to be able to pursue your passion, is very encouraging. And we have to do it. There's pipe dreams, and there's dreamers, and there's doers. And you being here is just the first step of it. There's so much that can go from there. My company is called Fly by Mike, and I've been touring internationally. I was in India, Dubai, a host of countries in Africa, Europe. Really just spreading the word about my talent. You can find me on my webpage, which is flybymike.org. I also have my chapbook, as was mentioned, and it's for sale. It's $10, so if you're interested, I do sign it, and you'll be able to collect it after the show. I'm going to do a couple more poems. Is that okay with you guys?
Yes,
All right. Let me tell you what it feels like when poetry comes to steal your soul like a thief in the night, and all you can see is black or white, and Russian roulette is not with a gun but with a pen that can't write. Few understands what it feels like to fall and have poetry take your sight, and up on stage and words that you must give light. See, all I see in life are words that are meant to be verbs, but other poets want to be heard, but people, actions speak louder than words, and even that has no merit. When Al Sharpton was just paid 25 G's to preach at Dr. King's, reclaiming the dream ceremony, misusing the city's budget, I saw their words fly like birds do, defecating on the hearts of everyone you're connected to. No need for paid theatrics, after all, speeches are the simplest form of satisfaction. But let me tell you people, words don't give defeated people alimony or ambition. When you're a poet, your life is not yours, it belongs to your community's mission. True poets are being sanctioned. You see a whole lot of Jesuses and no disciples, giving every other hand another rifle, tempting selfish cowards to end their cycles. And now do you believe me when I say words can stifle? So with his guidance, I will pray at his steeple, because I am merely a vessel and you're my equal. Let me tell you what it feels like when you're driving in the middle of the night, a solitude moment of fright, trying to get to an open mic when your license is suspended and you're surrounded by every ticket-happy policeman in sight. This is my life. Every career I had, I resigned out of spite, because all I can see is a congregation that needs to be purged tonight. This is not a hobby to rhyme, but to have his words relevant through the test of time. Let me really tell you what it feels like. I have lived 31 years, but I have been around since the BC of tears, and you don't know me because of your fears, and I don't know you because I never cared. See, our sockets are empty, and I stand on the soapbox so that you could be proud of me. Plug in because I saved you instead of me. Plug in and tell the world about the talent you see. Plug in because you could have paid, but you got to witness one of the best things in life for free. You think you know me, but you have no idea about the current that pulls in my sea. I am on the equator of life. Somewhere in between, she's good enough, but will she be lucky enough? So I'm fighting for a break in every facet of my life, and happy is so worth me sharpening this knife so I could bleed my words on this mic. People, I need you more than you need me tonight. Get your hands out my pocket is what they say just before they take your life. And Caesar will never be prepared for Brutus's knife. And you don't never take words you didn't write to a poetry fight. Don't thank me later. I need for you to thank me tonight. The plight of my success depends on you boarding this flight. This is my birthright. And if you couldn't understand what it feels like, then I've just told you. Yao's just told you what it feels like. Woo! Thank you guys so much. Being a Jamaican and an immigrant to this country, you learn very quickly. Have your own identity, yes, but when you need to grow, people buy from who they think they're alike. So you have to mimic. You become actors. You have to put on a persona. Even if you're an American, how you speak to your family and your friends are completely different to how you speak to people, you know, when you're in a professional environment. Wow. So having said that, the changes, the back and forth of that creates such diversity in your mind, and you have to be switching between accents and, you know, interpretations and, you know, all of that. So it's hilarious, but this is my story as a Jamaican immigrant here. Do not be fooled by this woman that stands before you, thinking she only has an American point of view. This woman who born and grow on Montego Bay, Jamaica is you. See, I walk with my shoulders straight, willing to grab your mate to tell him to appreciate all the spiritual food that God has put on your plate. For if you do not understand and appreciate it and take it one day at a time to actually sit back, relax, peel a Jamaican orange and take in the intense rhyme, sweetie, you won't be able to follow and appreciate rhymes. See, so many souls in this world want to be a superstar. But if that was the case, we'd have distorted images on who we really are. There would be no audience, no one to applaud, no one to leave your legacy of influence, therefore resulting in silence. If you are a leader, lead with confidence. Therefore, there be no backstabbers for them to plant their seeds. If you are a maid, clean up with dignity. Let them know that this day, this is your job and you're no longer a slave. It amazes me how money dictates your society. The only time we are praised are as consumers and not as entrepreneurs. ambitious West Indian women stand longer than life itself. In long queues, dreams of prosperity pursued, hoping that this day the embassy will afford them the opportunity to fly the iron bird. Anticipating America would be exactly what they heard. Only to face unique accents. Uncle Sam hasn't met you, but he still wants your dollars and your cents. Not to mention how quickly you realize there's no goal over the horizon. You're homesick but determined to make it. Caribbean women start planting up yards with ackee sweets up and mango trees, never disguising their heritage, keeping the legacy alive for you and me. Coming to terms with the unity of family and the motto, out of many one people will only exist in the home she will soon miss. Land of wood and water, traded for fake smiles and overripe daughters. And still we overcame all adversity, managed to raise our children up with integrity, having them attending prestigious universities. I am only one of many. A product of a strong Jamaican mother who's a nurse, so I come well versed. A daughter to a Trinidadian father who's an entertainment prodigy, so you know this was my destiny. My wise grandmother always told me, Tina, nothing don't happen before it's time. So this is my moment to shine. So do not be fooled by this woman that stands before you thinking she only has an American point of view. I sit at tables while 10,000 wise souls flow fluently through these lips. You take a sip, this is my gift. The masses are gonna be whipped, and for y'all and y'all only I do this. So how many people trying to make $1 out of 15 cents still can't pay rent? Financial constipation has you bent? This is what I was sent. Not to tell you like Bob Marley. Sun is shining, the weather is cool. Beg you wanna move your dancing feet to the rescue. No, but to tell the public why a Caribbean woman's strength is so remarkable. Cause is it that each night before she squeezes her pillow tight, she prays that the Lord might guide her steps day and night? I see many strong people in the crowd. Raise your hands and say it out loud. I'm strong, whatever nationality you are, and you're proud. Do not be fooled by this woman that stands before you, thinking she only has an American point of view. This woman is you. I will give thanks to the many women that came before us. Each night I walk, listening to their motivational chorus. Like great freedom fighters, strong Caribbean women stay spitting fire. We come from ancestries that bore women like Nanny of the Maroons, and if those women were flowers, then I guess we just might be the blooms. I'm Caribbean woman. Don't miss me. Don't talk about me. Please don't even try to become me, because you are me, and this is our story.